Okay. I'm going to be a little quieter because I just finished a video, I just listened to it, and I'm screaming at the camera. Let me tone it down. All right, I'm going to talk about real estate in Canada because we're getting to that season. There's an election coming to Ontario, so I want to talk about that. And then Donald Trump at WEF, because that affected oil prices, and we all know oil prices are a big thing in Canada. All right, let me start with the rental market. We are approaching the busy time here in Canada. Are prices going to spike up? No. Yeah, the market's going to be pretty much flat. There will be increased activity across the board, across the country. I think Toronto's going to suffer the most. They're probably going to have it the worst. So we're going to hear a lot of crying out of Toronto, but for everybody else, it's going to be good. What's going on? Well, for those of you who followed me for a long time, you have heard me bang the drum that we need more rental supply. Well, look at this. Over the last 2 years, more purpose-built rentals than condos. Oh, how interesting. Could it be that I was right? Oh. In addition, there's new immigration level plans, significantly reducing the amount of temporary residents in Canada. We're going to have a reduction of about 500,000 people each year over the next 2 years. And let's face it, things are still expensive. So in Toronto, I think that'll be the most subdued market. It'll still have a lot of activity, but it'll be more subdued than other markets. Places like here in London, anywhere that's away from the effect of Toronto, where prices are a little lower, we'll probably see some more activity. But the conditions are such that prices will just hold station. Nothing's going through the roof. All right, here in Ontario, Doug Ford is going to take advantage of his increased popularity, and we're going to go to the polls on February 27th. I'll give you my 2 cents of what I'm going to do, and then I'll give you my 2 cents on what I think Ontario is going to do. All right, so first up, me. I'm voting NDP. Why? Because, as you know, we vote for parties, not for people. I'm in an NDP stronghold. My MPP does a wonderful job. I would like her to continue to do that wonderful job. So I'm going to vote NDP. As far as Ontario goes, do I think the Liberals or the NDP will do a better job than Doug Ford? Look, straight up, Doug Ford has shit the bed when it comes to real estate. There's the whole Greenbelt scandal. Healthcare is the worst I have seen in my life. But do I have confidence that the NDP or the Liberals will make things better? No. So straight up, if it was a vote for people rather than parties, yeah, I'd vote for Doug Ford. But since it's a vote for parties rather than people, and given the situation that I currently live in, I'm going to vote NDP. All right, first up, I get a lot of comments from people using the term WEF. I'm just going to help you out here. WEF stands for World Economic Forum. Oh, look who's there. And he's there begging OPEC to increase production. All right, let me step you through this. And by the way, there's a little something in this photo that I'm going to talk about at the end of the video, so stick around. So he's been threatening tariffs against Canada. As you can see there, we know all about this. It's the biggest news in the country. That tariff threat has been pushing up prices of oil globally because essentially it's an oil shortage, an artificial oil shortage. But on Monday, he said the tariffs would not be happening. There's the first drop, kind of kept repeating that thing. It drops some more. And then there was yesterday. Oil is back down to where it should be. And of course, that affects West Texas Intermediate, and that affects gasoline. Wholesale price of gasoline is lower than it was 1 year ago. And remember, that big spike there was because Ukraine bombed a Russian fuel depot and the world overreacted. Will that happen again this year? Probably not. Of course, all this is good news for the Canadian dollar. I know there's doom and gloom out there. Bunch of pessimists. But when the lack of tariffs was announced, the Canadian dollar shot back up. It went back down on Tuesday, but then of course it recovered, and currently it is recovering still. Remember the days when the dollar was on par? Those were good times. Who was responsible for such a strong dollar in Canada back then? I should look that up. Because whoever that is, we could use their help again. All right. Since Mr. Trump was at WEF, and people think WEF is full of conspiracies, I'm going to give you another one. It's in this photo. Can you see it? Allow me to help you out. That is the seal of the President of the United States. Notice the eagle. There it is. That's the seal of the President of the United States. The eagle looks towards the olive branch because the President would prefer peace to war. Oh, that's interesting. Let's zoom in. Olive branch, arrows, eagle, looking towards the arrows. Explanations. Well, someone made a mistake somewhere. Or they didn't. Either it's a mistake that didn't get caught, which means they're incompetent, or it's a clear message from the President of the United States. And to be fair, I don't think Mr. Trump noticed. Prefer peace to war. You UF haters like conspiracies. Dig in.